Welcome back, friends, as we continue on here at Cafe Texan. Still some time to come out and get that Huntsville famous chicken fried steak. If it's not famous, it's going to be after today because that's all I've been talking about. We want to welcome you in. Thank you for being here and supporting SAAFE House. We've got so many wonderful community partners here today, and that's what it's about, raising money for SAAFE House. This is the annual Gel and Bell, and we're inching closer to that $14,000 goal today. And currently right now sitting at $8,200. Big shout out to Kathy who just gave $100. Several anonymous donations coming in as well. And please continue to keep those in. Let's reach that goal. The final stretch, about an hour and a half to go, and we need your support. SAAFE House needs your support. Well, we are joined by another wonderful person who has been hanging out, raising some money. It is our Walker County Clerk, Miss Kari French. Kari, good to see you. Thanks for hanging out with us today.
Good to see you.
Hey, 14 years on the job doesn't seem like it, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I was sitting here wondering, I didn't have a chance to talk to you a whole lot before we went on the interview, but when you first started, did you ever just kind of look, I know I can't say get bored because y'all have way too much going on, but did you ever just start sifting through some of the old stuff and just look at it and say, boy, this is neat?
Absolutely. I would come up on the weekends and just go through the old records, the ones that are the handwritten, like calligraphy handwriting that a lot of people can't read anymore. And just going through the history of Walker County is so awesome and amazing where our county has been and where it's come from since the mid 1800s.
Yeah, as a child, it was funny. I used to go to our courthouse, and I was in Williamson County in Georgetown where I grew up. And I'd go hang out up there and just start going through the old books. And it was so neat, as you said, to see the old records and how things were. And then all the digital transformation. Some of that, obviously, did that already start when you had started, or was there still a lot of that work in progress?
Actually, my tenure has been the digital age.
No, so you've been through the whole shebang.
Actually, they did have some computers. There was a lot of typewriters still when I took office. But we started a big digitization project. The legislature back in 1991 enacted some fees that the county clerk could charge. It's a user fee, so it doesn't impact the tax rate for us to be able to archive our records. So we were able to go back and archive 1846 to 1960 images.
Oh,
We're
cool.
still working on the indexing part because computers obviously are not as smart as humans, so they can't read the index, so we're having to do that by hand on the grantor, grantee on those. But we've had a lot of success with it. A lot of stuff is online now, and it's scary because some of that stuff's not public. So we're also tasked with keeping the stuff that's private, and the stuff that's public. So it's a challenge.
Well, we were talking a little bit before we went on, and I said, you're the whole nine because you grew up here in Huntsville. You went to school here. This is your family here. Went to HISD as a Hornet, a Bearcat, working here, serving here. And then I said the whole nine. Well, now you mentioned you've been part of the whole digital. So that's the full 10 now. You've scored a touchdown, Kari. So
just about.
Well, yeah, I know you're here today. You're so passionate about this community. It is a special place to be. And, as someone new here 5 years ago, this community welcomed me in with open arms. And I'm so appreciative of folks like yourself who just welcome people into the community. You've seen so much growth, and you've seen a great impact. But also with the growth comes more services that are needed. And that's why we're here today, to support SAAFE House. The domestic abuse is terrible, and it happens to so many people. And here today supporting them, raising some extra funds to help with a worthy cause. Who made the call to you? Was it Tracy? Tracy's been kind of the go-to, but who was it for you that made that call?
Either Tracy or Tiffany, I think. One of them called and asked if I would help out with it, and I said absolutely, because this is something that, there's a lot of different organizations we have in our community that do a lot of good things, but a lot of it goes unseen. And people don't want to think about the bad stuff. Mm-hmm. They don't want to think about what happens. And, being married to a police officer, my son's a sheriff deputy, my other son is a lieutenant firefighter. You see a lot of the stuff in the community that a lot of people don't. So it makes a difference to have an organization like this around to help people out.
I was going to ask for you. You probably had the farthest trip over here to the Cafe Texan, right?
Was actually escorted over from the courthouse.
So if you don't mind me, can I share something early? Is this okay?
Yeah,
is this public?
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
So earlier this I'm going to try to do this on the fly here. I don't know if I can, so bear with me. I just thought about this as we went on. But earlier, somebody rolled up in a police car, and this very sweet lady was handcuffed. She was smiling. I said, boy, I've never seen them smile when they get out. And Kari, it was you. You were locked up. What was that experience like? Did they came over across the street, got you, and brought you over here? How did it work?
It worked out good.
Were you expecting that to happen?
Kinda. Yeah.
Well,
Kinda.
it was neat. Sorry, I'm trying. Watch that guy walking in here. There's Huntsville trouble. Good trouble though,
yes,
Frank Robinson. Yes. I'm dragging this just for a moment because I didn't have it ready. But let me find the one. There we go. See, you're kind of happy right there a little bit. So let's show this one, Kari. I got to ask your permission. I didn't want to just throw something up here. So let's see if I can do this on the fly as we go. I told you we were going to have some fun, right? So I'm doing this as we go. You know, self-production here is how we do it. But this was Kari just a few moments ago as she was brought over here across the street. Boy, they had you locked. I mean, they had the handcuffs on you.
Oh, I know.
Were they tight? I mean, what was that? What was that experience like?
It was for a good cause.
There she is.
It's for a good cause.
There you go. So
Figured the more publicity we put out there and the more fun that we have with it, the more people would get entertained by it and would donate money.
Yeah.
So that's the whole purpose of that, guys. So you need to come out and donate money because I rode in a cop car over here to raise money.
I love it. This is where things can, in the media, as I mentioned earlier, can be taken out of context if they took one little snip of that.
Yes.
Just like Dr. Shepard with HISD, he mentioned at the school district meeting the other night. He says, "Well, I got some news. I'm getting arrested tomorrow," and it's for a great cause. Kari, again, SAAFE, such an important organization. Still time for folks to come out, right? They can still donate. They can still give online as well.
Yes.
And you have done a phenomenal job getting folks to say, you know what, they're going to donate, they're going to do this. And Kari right now, just under that halfway mark, $425, that's a lot. That's nothing to be ashamed of. Every little bit helps. But you've got 13 people supporting you right now in this. I think we can get to 20 by the end of this campaign, if not more.
I think so.
So give Kari's link. We just put it there on the live stream. Click on that. Make sure to give. Every little bit helps. Kari, just for your sphere of influence, the folks that know you, there's a lot of people watching, and you being here for your whole life, people know you. There's somebody today saying, I know Kari. What would you tell to that person that's feeling that tug right now to give?
It makes a huge difference to the people's lives that the Safe House impacts. It can be anything from a meal to clothes to baby diapers. So even if it's $20 or if you can spare $100, any amount helps and is greatly appreciated.
All right. Well, Kari, we appreciate it. What's on tap for you the rest of the day?
Go back to work.
Archiving and doing the whole – what is that on a day-to-day? Y'all have so many people coming in there. I've went in there for DBAs and other stuff, but, it's busy.
A lot of people don't realize what the county clerk does. So I often tell people that I birth you, I marry you, I bury you, but I don't divorce you. That's down the hall. So we do all of the vital records for the county, birth, death, marriage, DBAs, cattle brands. We do all the land records, so you have all your deed records, all the probate records, all criminal, misdemeanor, and all civil up to $250,000.
Wow.
We're pretty busy.
Well, one thing I love about being here in Huntsville and in Walker County, when I walk into that courthouse across the street, everybody's so friendly. People are genuinely happy to see you. And I've been in other communities. I'm not knocking anywhere where I've been, but I'm just being honest. You get into a bigger area, bigger county, and it's like we got to get through this, and you're just a number. Here, when you walk in, y'all really do put such a heavy emphasis on customer service. And I just wanted you to know as a community member that I don't know you that well, but I just wanted to say thank you for the hard work that y'all do. Y'all don't get enough credit. You don't do it for the credit, but y'all really are working hard. And just know that when y'all are in there smiling and helping people, it goes a long way. So thank y'all for what you do, Kari.
Well, thank you for that, because we do want to keep the hometown feel and everybody know that they count and they matter, and it makes a difference with our community that's growing to really focus on that to keep it the small hometown values.
That's it. And hey, part of that small hometown value is giving back, helping. Huntsville's a community where I always joke, say you can love them, you can hug on somebody and tell them you love them. Nobody's going to look at you weird. That's what Huntsville's about. It's just loving each other, supporting each other, show some love to Safe House today. Do it under Kari's name. Let's get her out of here because look, if you're trying to start a business in the community, it's on hold right now. We can't get it done. Maybe you've got a big ranch. Maybe the King Ranch wants to come over here to Walker County, and they want to bring a new brand.
Yeah.
They can't do it right now because you're over here. So get her out of here so she can get back to work, and we'll enjoy that. So again, Kari, thank you so much for being here. You bet. All right, there she is, Miss Kari French, our Walker County clerk, doing amazing work. You can donate now from that comment on the chat here on social media. We'll be back in a little bit as we continue on. Still some time to come out and support Safe House.